Joining us tonight, Dr. Robert Jeffress, pastor at First Baptist Church in Dallas, one of the most influential evangelical churches in the country, also a Fox News contributor and early supporter of Donald Trump. Pastor, great to have you with us. You got a shout out from Donald Trump today. How did that feel?
Well, very nice of him to do. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy, as you say, and he's also, for the second time in a row, talking off a teleprompter. This is a signal of, well, how important detail and specificity has become to him, is it not?
I think it is. It was a very serious, a somber, a scripted, but a forceful speech that he gave today. And Lou, I think Donald Trump did exactly what he needed to do today to not only cause evangelicals to coalesce around him, but also all conservatives. And that is, he painted the stark contrast between himself and Hillary Clinton. I mean, take the abortion issue. Here, Donald Trump said today he's going to appoint pro-life justices to the Supreme Court who will restrict late-term abortions. You have Hillary Clinton, who says she is for murdering children in the womb up until the moment that they are born. There couldn't be a greater contrast, not just in abortion, but religious liberty, the economy, national security. And I believe if Trump will continue to point out these differences, he's going to win, and win big in November.
And yet, there are members of his own party with their own agenda, without question. Paul Ryan, Mitt Romney, Bill Kristol of the Weekly Standard. We're going to be talking with his co-founder here, Fred Barnes, later in the broadcast. What are these guys doing, and to what end? Do you have are you confident that you have a sense to what end they are resisting the party's nominee?
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to save their own skin. They have this fantasy, Lou, that somehow they can decouple themselves from the Republican nominee and somehow retain control of the House and the Senate if Trump should lose. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way. As Benjamin Franklin said, either we all hang together or we hang separately. And I think they've also manufactured some pseudo-moral principle that keeps some of them from voting for Donald Trump. Some of our religious viewers who watch this program think there's some great moral principle for not voting for Donald Trump. Let me ask you, what moral principle is there out there that would allow somebody like Hillary Clinton to become the president? You know, a year ago, Lou, Hillary Clinton said at the Women in the World Conference that in order for women to have unfettered access to abortions, that the deeply seated religious feelings of some will have to be changed. That is tyranny on the part of Hillary Clinton, that she wants to change our deeply held seated religious beliefs. That's why we need to vote against her.
And it raises the bar for Donald Trump, who has to go to some extraordinary distance to bring those people along. It is just another challenge, but one to which one assumes he can certainly overcome and meet. Pastor, we're out of time. It's good to have you with us. I would, as a last question, just like to ask, because you were accused in a Washington Post story, I like the way they put this, of sacrificing, compromising your faith to support what the Washington Post, which is so neutral and objective in its language and reporting, a strong man like Donald Trump. I guess they would have been fine if you had done compromised your faith in support of a weak man, but here you've done that for a strong man. Your rejoinder, if you will.
Well, again, it's built on the false premise that there's something unchristian about a candidate who wants to protect our country and keep us safe. And, you know, I was arguing with a professor not long ago on NPR. He said, Pastor, don't you want a candidate who will govern this nation according to the words of Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount? I said, heck no, I don't want a president like that. Jesus didn't give the Sermon on the Mount as a governing document for our country. It's how we're supposed to treat one another. Government has an altogether different responsibility, and that is to protect its citizens.
And there is no question, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, etc.
That's right.
All right. Pastor Robert Jeffress, I know you're impressed that I knew that much. We appreciate you being with us.